It takes a lot more amount of time to get a short sale done. There are many levels of approval, and you don't always see all of those levels. Typically, does everybody understand the difference between an actual note owner and a servicer? You know, usually people go in to get a mortgage with like Countrywide. Well, Countrywide's out of business now. You got a mortgage with Countrywide. Now it's being serviced by Bank of America, but that doesn't mean that Bank of America owns that note. It could be owned by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, or one of these. It could have gotten packaged up into a collateralized debt obligation, and now it's owned in part through this trust by a bunch of retirees in a village in Norway. I mean, who knows? But you're still writing a check every month and sending it off to Bank of America. So most homeowners have this perception that wherever the check is going is where the approval actually lies. Not necessarily the case. In fact, it's very often, probably more often, not the case. That might be the servicer, but Bank of America as a servicer can't just approve a transaction without going back to the actual note holder, whether it's Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac or whoever it is. But the servicer handles that submission and approval. So from our perspective, when we're talking to Bank of America, if they say the word investor, we know there's some, or owner, we know there's somebody else behind them who's getting involved in the approval process who actually owns the note, but we don't, very often we don't know who that is, and we don't deal with them. Bank of America will turn around and deal with them. And it's just one more level of approval that has to be addressed in the whole thing. Mortgage insurance is another one. If you've got a loan that's got mortgage insurance on it, the mortgage insurance company is going to have a say on whether or not the sale closes. So a lot of times, you're looking at a transaction, you're saying, man, this one just doesn't seem that hard. What's going on? Why is this moving so slowly? It may be because there's several other entities behind the scenes that have a say in whether or not the transaction is going to close, and you don't ever know it.